I watched a 30-minute video on Britney Spears' testimony against P. Diddy, and I wanted to condense it into about a minute or two for people that don't want all the details about when she looked this way and that in the courtroom. But first of all, much respect and so sorry to Britney Spears, who did mention losing 14 years of her life to being drugged by this conservatorship, which all turns out started with Diddy. It started with her management encouraging her to go to a party the night before the MTV Music Awards, that party was attended by Diddy, that they kept trying to ply her with drinks. Diddy finally gave her a drink, or someone finally gave her a drink, and then Diddy took over. And she doesn't remember after that, but she does remember the disorientation that she woke up to the next day, that she wasn't able to perform. This reminds me of the new Weekend movie, Hurry Up Tomorrow. She wasn't able to perform, and her management just got her on stage anyway, and then it turned out to be a disastrous performance, or disastrous for her image and really for her life, because then they used the evidence, they used the footage and the breakdown or whatever it was at the MTV music performance to start the snowball rolling, to do the conservatorship, to take her kids and her life and her freedom away from her. And she can not only trace this back to Diddy for giving her that glass, but she can trace it back to Diddy for being in contact with the people doing this to her. Lose somebody and somebody else. Anyway, you can watch the video if you want the details. But all these handlers and people that work for Diddy to do this, but also work for TriStar Entertainment, it was all kind of an assassination of her character, but also getting her into these places where other people are making decisions of control of her life. And she can trace it back to Diddy and called him out for it on the stand, and apparently the courtroom was responsive. I don't think there's anything redeemable. I mean, why would I even have to say this other than I was on YouTube Live and some guy who was standing up for the Diddy side of things had 1,000 people in his YouTube Live. I've never even seen a YouTube Live with actually more than a few people in it. No matter how many people are on the counter, you only see, a few people in comments. I guess I've seen a few that are pretty well attended, but that was a lot of people to watch some guy take Diddy's side. And it was telling that YouTube put that as a suggestion for me on my homepage, that they're promoting that side of things, the Trump Diddy trafficking side of things. And anybody on that side of things should be called out and exposed for stuff. But really, a lot of respect to Britney Spears for this. And that video was about 30 minutes long, so hopefully I've explained the important things in a shorter video to be more digestible. And I just took their word for it. The person who would claim to have heavily researched or seen that testimony, I don't honestly know if she even took the stand. But again, taking the word of something that YouTube suggested to me, and I watched the whole thing, so I wanted to break it down a little bit for you. So love and respect to Britney Spears and all the victims of Diddy and all the victims of people in the music and entertainment industry from similar stories. But hopefully, by taking Diddy down, we'll start to dismantle some of this stuff in the same way that Me Too started to by taking down that Weisenheimer guy. Anyway, thanks, and who was that guy? Well, it's probably better that we don't know. Thanks, and let's stop these guys. Let's stop the Diddies, and don't let Trump pardon him. I didn't know whether Trump's rapism or racism would win out, but he'd probably pardon Diddy because they're probably involved together. So let's not let that happen. Let's not let Trump get anything he wants, or any of these people normalizing any of this stuff, or shifting the focus on somebody else when they're the real ones responsible for doing this.